Welcome to our third live, I believe this is. Thank you for joining us today, those that can. Really excitingly, we have Pia joining us, where we are talking to Pia about her patient journey. So Pia has had blepharoplasty surgery with us, with Mr Karidis, and should be joining us at any time now. Now, quite excitingly, Pia's going to tell us a little bit more about her journey. Pia!
Hi!
How are you doing? You're looking fantastic.
Thank you.
Really, really well. How long has it been since your surgery?
So we are 15th of June was the day of my surgery. So we are, what, 3.5 weeks?
3.5 weeks. And you're looking fantastic, and I can't see much swelling is remaining. I mean, you would be able to see yourself, but...
Yeah, no, I definitely have swelling still, especially on this eye. This is my bad side of my face anyway, so it's taking a little bit longer to recover on this side. It's gone quite quick on that. I've got a little bit of like what's called puckering around here in the corner of the eye. Absolutely normal. Mr. Karidis said it's fine, so I feel okay with that.
Looking great. I'm going to go back to the start, just so those that are joining us can just get a little bit of an introduction to you, if that's okay. Yeah. So if you just tell us about who you are and what made you want to have this done, if that's all right, Pia.
Of course. So I have been working with Mr. Karidis here at the lovely Karidis Clinic for just over 4 years now, and love my job, love my team that I work with. It's a really nice place, and I have wanted to have this surgery for, Lucy, I don't even know, I can't, it's been forever, it feels like, absolutely forever, and I just never got around to do it. And I think it's just one of those things that we tend to do. We have a priority list, and anything to do with yourself always end up at the bottom of the list, whether that be have a haircut, go for that massage, in my case have surgery. I've been in the industry since 2006, so I've had opportunities, but it's just never got around to do it. My name has always ended up at the bottom of the priority list. And I think this year was just that, you know what, I'm just going to have to do it. Yeah. So I removed all the, the other, and I put myself right at the top. And went ahead and booked it straight away, had my consultation, booked my surgery, had my pre-op tests, literally within a month of making the decision. So, but it wasn't, I hadn't thought about it because I thought about it for many, many years.
Yeah. And then when you saw Mr. Karidis, was it very much, right, I need to do it now? Did he he had a look at you and you thought, yeah, this is the right time, I'm not going to wait any longer?
Well, it's funny because I had a consultation with Mr. Karidis last year, thinking that I was going to do the surgery last year. And again, time is like Usain Bolt, it runs away in front of you. And next thing you know, it was 2023 and I still hadn't done the surgery. So I came back for a second consultation, and that's when I made the decision and I said, I'm doing it now. I'm coming back and I'm booking it. Yeah. So it went very quick once I actually made that decision.
Yeah. And was there, I guess for you, was it something that was hereditary? Was it something that you sort of had from quite young? Or had you sort of seen the sort of lowering of the eyelids or the sort of sagging slightly in the more recent years?
No, so it's very hereditary. My grandma had it, my mom had it, my sister had it, or she's got it, but she actually had surgery back home in Sweden, where we are originally from. She lives there, so she had the surgery done herself. And so it's kind of what's the word?
Inevitable. Yeah.
What? That I was going to go down the same path, and I did, obviously. I was also born in the 70s, and I spent majority of my childhood on a beach with no SPFs, because we didn't deal with SPFs back then. Well, my family didn't. And I was one of those people that always burnt. So my skin got quite affected by that. So that was another reason to just add on to what's already hereditary. Yeah. So yeah, it's been there for quite some time. And clearly it's not a thing that's going to get better. You can't exercise away. You can't diet away. So surgery was the alternative. I mean, I use creams, I've done Botox and fillers, but it just got to that point where I felt I need something a bit more
permanent in a way. Surgery was the next step for you. Yeah. Okay.
So when I saw Mr. Karidis, he said to me, because I asked him, do I need, because my major concern was the lower blephs. So I had a lot of creasing, a lot of loose skin around my eyes. I know you're going to put up some pictures, because people on here might not know what I actually looked like before, so that would be a good start.
I was just going to say that here, sorry to interrupt. On the stories, we're going to put some before pictures of Pia, so you guys can see. And then hopefully, we haven't done your after picture as your final look because of the swelling, and we're lucky enough to have you here today to chat to, and your recovery's been really great. But eventually then we'll do because people love a before and after, we'll do your side-by-side before and after. But good for people to see after this, your befores.
Yeah. And on those pictures, you can clearly see, obviously, that the lower was always my concern. But when I went for my consultation with Mr. Karidis, I did ask him, do you think I should do my upper as well? And he said, well, especially on this side, I had a little bit of the early stages of drooping on this side. And I thought, you know, I might as well, because I didn't want to do the surgery, and then this is nice, and then that might just stand up a bit more. And so I just decided to do both. So
you actually went for your consultation for your lower blephs and ended up having the upper and the lower.
That's right, yes. So that's what Mr. Karidis said. He said, you know, you would have a really nice result if you end up doing both. You would have a good result doing lower, but for that ultimate result, do, you know, both. But obviously it's my decision, and I decided I trust Mr. Karidis, so yeah, I went with both.
Of course, and ultimately, you know, there's anaesthetic involved, there's all the things involved, and if it meant you coming back in 3 to 5 years' time, then actually you would probably be grateful having it all in one. And that's often what we hear here with patients that even have facelifts. You know, it might just finish the look to have the blepharoplasty within that as well.
Absolutely. I speak to patients all the time, because obviously I am Mr. Karidis patient liaison. That's what I do. So I am the person that everyone calls when they first initially call up the Karidis Clinic. I speak to patients and give them all the advice they need to know about the surgical procedure that they're looking for. So it was very strange to be on the other side. Even when I had my consultation with Mr. Karidis, I kept asking him questions. I kept laughing, because it's like, it's not that I'm bad with my job. I know the answers to these questions, but I just need to hear them from you, because I am the patient now, so I need to have that whole journey kind of thing.
Of course, you're in that different seat, exactly. And it's important for you as well, you know, that you can learn as much as you can during this process to be able to feed back to future patients as well, I guess, right?
Yeah. But a lot of questions that I do get from our patients when they call up is exactly what you just mentioned. If they had a facelift before, could they then have the blepharoplasty now? And absolutely, I know someone who's had a facelift a good few years ago and just want to refresh up the eyes, because at the time the eyes weren't, you know, they weren't in a situation where they needed to do the eyes, but now they can see the eyes needs to be done. So to complete the look, they're now going to do the eyes. So yeah, you can definitely do it. And you can also have it done a secondary procedure. Like if you do your blepharoplasty, you can do it again later on in life. There is actually a video that Mr. Karidis has got out right now where he discusses that topic.
Brilliant, brilliant. And also, you know, standard recovery is relatively fast, isn't it, really, with blepharoplasty? As long as you're looking after yourself, you're resting, you're doing all of the right things, then you can be looking like you, obviously, in 3 weeks' time. again, it's nothing against what you've done if you're not at that stage at this point, but generally the recovery can be quite quick, can't it? So
yeah, I was
see
actually quite surprised about how quick the recovery was. Every day I looked different. I took a picture of myself every single day because I didn't have nothing else really to do when I was at home recovering. And every day I looked different. So it was really quick. The bruising went away very quickly. Obviously, I still have a bit of swelling. It doesn't help that it's very hot and humid outside. I also have a little bit of hay fever, so that hasn't helped. Another thing as well, and I know a question that we received from Cara was she.
Oh, so that's Cara Fitness who posted that. I'm sorry to interject. Yes, exactly. Who posted about it yesterday and earlier on today. She had a question.
Yeah, so she mentioned something about her grandma wants to, her upper eyelids are quite heavy and makes her eyes watery a lot, quite watery. Now, I have actually the exact same situation with my eyes. My eyes water a lot, and that was one of the questions I asked Mr. Karidis, is that going to be a problem? And he said, your recovery might take a little bit longer because of that, but it is okay to still have, but just prepare yourself, it might take a little bit longer. And I think that's one of the reasons as well why this eye is a little bit still recovering, still a bit swelling around here.
Yeah.
But going in the right direction.
But you're prepared, exactly, so you know what to expect, and he will have briefed you on that. And talking about going back to, and I'll ask, there's a few people that have sent through questions for Pia to answer, so we'll cover those at the bottom of our sort of conversation, if you like. But I just wanted to understand a little bit about your prep and through to your surgery. And you have the coaching that we offer here, didn't you, Pia? Did that support you on your journey? 100.
It was such a good thing to have. I think before my surgery, I was kind of battling with the whole feeling guilty about doing it. Again, it was just about the fact of putting yourself as a priority. It's not something I ever really had to do. I have a daughter, and she's always been my priority. You always do things for your kids or other people, but she's 22 now, so she doesn't even live with me anymore. So it's all of a sudden, oh, it's all about me now. What do? I don't even know what that means. So I did feel some, different kind of emotions and feelings prior to surgery. Am I doing the right thing? Felt a bit guilty about it. But then I had a coaching session. Absolutely, I hear it all the time. Patients say this all the time. But I had the coaching sessions, which is something that we're offering now at the Karidis Clinic. We got lovely Kimberly's doing them, and it was amazing. So she basically talks you through all these different feelings and emotions that you have. And she's not really telling you what to do. She's more just guiding you through those feelings and emotions. And it was really, really good. I highly recommend it for anyone having surgery to have it done.
Excellent. That's so great. And you've had your final coaching session, Pia. When was that?
So I had the second one after my surgery. So I had one before surgery, and I had a second one after surgery. I think I'm going to have another one. But the difference between my first coaching session and the second coaching session, massive difference. I'm a whole different person.
Yeah.
Absolutely
is that how you feel, Pia? Is it giving you sort of a boost in your confidence? Would you say it's the best decision you made, or?
Yeah, I would say so. You know, I always knew it was going to change me aesthetically, like I was going to look slightly different around my eyes. That I knew, but I didn't know that how I was going to feel the way I feel. It just made me feel really, I don't know, happy, and like I just want to go out all the time now and do things and be out there. Before I was like hiding away. I went out on Saturday, and it was the first time I put makeup on after my surgery, and I normally cake on the concealer, trying to hide all my creasiness and my lines and my wrinkles, and I barely use any concealer, if any at all, for the whole night. And
Wow.
it just made me so happy that I could actually go out and just feel, and not having to put the
Yeah.
filters on. I didn't even put filters on my pictures. I was the first one in the pictures. Normally I will be the one in the back. No, I'm okay, I don't want to be in the pictures. I was there. Ah. So yeah, it was really good. I liked it. It's really changed, yeah.
And how did you, just going back slightly as well, and there's a couple of more questions that come in, so I will answer those as well. How did you, how was the surgery day for you?
Pardon?
How was the day of surgery for you? Do you want to talk through that a little bit?
Yeah, so it was a really pleasant, like the whole experience was really nice from start to finish. The people around there were really lovely. I was constantly checked upon. As soon as I got in, they took me to my room, gave me my clothes to change into, and then the anaesthetist came to introduce himself and just to go through a little bit about what he was going to do. And then Mr. Karidis came and he made all the markings on my eyes, took some pictures, before pictures for himself. And yeah, and then down to theatre we went, and we even had a little laugh just before I went off to sleep. So it was, yeah, it was a really, really nice experience. Coming out the other side, when I woke up, they did pre-warn me that I was going to have a mask over my eyes. So when they say you can wake up now, I literally couldn't see anything because I was having an eye mask on. So they prepared me on that, so I didn't feel scared or worried when I woke up. And I know that was one of the questions that we got as well.
I was just going to say, someone had asked us, how long did you have your eyes covered for? Because I know this is a part that people tend to want to be prepared for, or, you know, have some sort of queries around.
So it was literally just the time I was in the recovery area. Then they take you to your room, and within half an hour, I think, they took it off. The nurses will come in and talk to you, and then they took it off. Had a look around my eyes. I needed to go to the toilet quite urgently after my surgery, so I had it off straight away, and I never really put it back on. You are given them the masks that you put in the freezer to put on when you come home, which is really nice. It really helps. It's soothing, and yeah, it was really nice to use them.
Brilliant, brilliant. And I'm going to move on to the questions because I know we're relatively short on time. So what was the worst, we've got a question here, what was the worst part and the best part of your surgery, if you can let us know that, Pia?
Yes, so the worst part was probably leading up to the surgery, the anticipation, am I doing the right thing, all these questions that I kept asking myself, the doubt, basically. But the best part was, like I said, not just aesthetically is this change, but it's just how it's generally made me feel. I just feel great now.
Uplifted. You look it as well, Pia. You look like you've got that, you know, spring in your step, which is fantastic.
I just want to do everything now. It's like literally, like I said in my coaching session to Kimberly, it's like I've opened up the Pandora's box now, where I always put myself, my name at the bottom of my priority list. I'm now at the top, and I feel like I'm going to stay at the top forever now.
Absolutely should. And on that note, is there some maintenance things that you're going to be doing, Pia? Will you be having some things done in the clinic, or, you know, now you're prioritising yourself a bit more? What's next?
So I've always had a bit of Botox. I have to wait for about 3 months before I have my Botox, and then I'm going to have that, the usual places that I would have. But I'm looking now maybe a little bit on my lower face. I was thinking about a treatment that we do called oil therapy, to maybe have a little bit of that to just spruce this area up.
That's your ultrasound treatment that you'd have for the lower face.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So I was thinking of doing that once all of this has gone down and I'm recovered. So probably about 3 months after my surgery, I will be looking into having some of that done.
So you'll be coming to see the lovely Dr. Emily Strong or Stevie now for your oil therapy. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So good. And there's a question that's popped through here as well. How do we find out about the prices and availabilities for this procedure? Why a Pia?
Well, you can go to enquiries@karidis.co.uk or our website and send us an email, and then we, probably myself or my lovely colleague Maxine, will get back to you and answer any questions that you might have.
There's a number on the website as well, and they can give you all that you need to know, and we can email you, yeah, exactly the prices and the availability and any more information you need to be. And you can always ask for Pia if it's around blepharoplasty, then you can get even more information.
So can I just say, like, I don't know if you can see it, and I don't know about that. I've never been on a live Insta before. It's my first time, by the way. So I don't know if you can see the scarring on top of my eyelids. If I got close, I don't know if you'd be able to see. But can we just talk about this scarring? There's barely
teeny tiny. Exactly. I couldn't believe when I saw you how minimal it is, because you have to close your eyes, right? Mm-hmm. Actually, maybe you could come quite close and we could see if we can. Oh no, you've disappeared now.
You can't see. Okay.
Yeah.
But obviously, Mr. Karidis is known for his scarring technique, and proof is in the pudding right there. I went to see my osteopath a week after surgery, and she, obviously I had to tell her what I'd done because I had bruising all over at the time. And she, when I closed my eyes, when she was doing what she was doing, and she said to me, you know what, I had blepharoplasty myself, but your scarring is amazing after just a week, and your scarring looks like that. And I was like, well, you know, work for Mr. Karidis.
Yeah, that's what he's known for. Really trying to minimal, and it supports in your recovery as well because it's so subtle.
Yeah. So yeah, really, really good results so far. Just waiting for the swelling to go down a little bit on this side, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, amazing, Pia. Well, I think the last question that I have for you is really, what would you say to any future patients that were considering surgery?
Move your name from the bottom of the list to the top of the list, and you will not regret it at all. You have to do it because, like I said, time flies. A week turns into a month, turns into a year so quickly, and you never get there. So just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Amazing. And you know, you were saying about you did your daily pictures and you kept your daily diary and things like that. Thank you so much, because that contributes to what we do and what we can show other patients. So that's super useful. Would you say that's, even if the person isn't sharing that content or what they've created, it's good for them to keep a diary?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say so. Even now, when I look at my before pictures, I was, you know, I don't necessarily like to look at my pictures in general. Now I didn't mind looking at them because I know I don't look like that anymore under my eyes. Yeah. So I think it's a really good thing to have, and just to know the process, the progress of your journey for yourself to have. You don't have to share it with anyone, not even family or friends or anything. No, just for yourself. Yeah. To keep.
Yeah, amazing. And any other tips that you would say that you sort of picked up along the way here that you'd like to share?
Preparation is key, definitely. I knew I was going to spend a lot of time by myself after surgery. Obviously, my family's abroad and my friends will be working, etc. So the first few days is a bit difficult. Obviously, I came home and you can't really fully open up your eyes. You're a little bit squinted, and your eyes are a bit blurry, a bit watery. So cooking was just not going to be an option for me. I don't want to have an accident when I barely can see anything and go in the oven and do things. So I pre-cooked a lot of meals and put in the freezer. Right. So that was really helpful for me. I also made sure I had everything in stock: water bottles, toilet paper, you know, everything that you need, essentials at home. Even eye drops. You are given antibiotic eye drops from the hospital, but when they run out, I had just the one that makes you for dry eye. They are really good as well. I use them a lot, still use them now. And I also got a really nice one of those neck pillows that you use when you are traveling. Because once you have the surgery, you have to sleep on your back and elevated, and I sleep on my side. and I found that a little bit difficult. So having that was really good because it kind of stopped me from moving to my side.
Sure.
Because naturally I would just do that in my sleep. And even if I did move on the side, it created kind of like a gap between the pillow and my eyes or
Yes.
skin. So you didn't get that pressure because that's why you shouldn't be lying on your side. So yeah,
Good
that I
tips.
could
Good
recommend.
tips.
Really, really handy that was.
Yeah.
And you can obviously use it after when you go on your holidays.
Exactly, double use. And what we're going to do is for those of you that are thinking, oh, this would be good to show my friend, or you want to watch it back, or someone who couldn't make it, or what have you, we're going to share this afterwards, so you'll be able to view it again. But also, we're going to upload it onto our YouTube. Because I know there are some people, we had a patient earlier who's not got Instagram at once. So just in case you're thinking of a relation, mother, friend, we're going to get it on YouTube as well after this, because Pia's got some fantastic tips in there. Brilliant. Fantastic, Pia. I think that's everything. Are you quite happy with everything that you've shared? Anything else at all?
No, if you guys have any questions that comes up after this, please give us a call or send us an email, and I will happily give you a call and speak to you about any questions you might have.
Amazing. Yeah, post any questions. I don't think we've missed any questions today, but if there are any afterwards, we're going to keep an eye and we'll make sure we have those answered. If there's any for Mr Karidis as well, anything we kind of haven't covered today, we've also got our patient journey app, which I'm sure Pia had used throughout. She's really useful. There's more information about that, and that supports your journey and prepares you throughout your surgery also. So stay in touch. Thank you so much, Pia, for your time. You've been brilliant and you look fantastic. I'm sure it's encouraged a lot of people, and go and enjoy yourself. I know what I didn't ask you. What are you looking forward to? What's next?
Oh my
More nights out.
Literally just out there, socialise, get my confidence back up again, and just get out of my flat really, and not hide away. Be in a lot of pictures.
Yay!
Without filters.
We'll look forward to it. Thank you so much, Pia.
Thanks, guys.
Later. Speak
Bye.
soon. Bye-bye.